Hey everyone, welcome back. So we're diving into the intro to the next set of lessons, 181 through 200 today, and honestly, a turning point in the course.
It's like the course is saying, okay, we've covered a lot of ground together. Now let's see if you're ready to get serious about this. But not in a harsh way, more like a gentle invitation to step up.
Right. And what I love is that it's not asking for perfection. The course literally says, you are not asked for total dedication all the time as yet. That little phrase, as yet, acknowledges that we're still figuring this out.
That's so refreshing, isn't it? Because if someone told me I had to be perfectly committed to anything right from the start, I'd probably run the other way.
Me too.
Yeah.
So today it's lessons 181 through 200 we're looking at. And hey, if you want to get in touch, share anything, the email is acim@theworldharmonyproject.org.
And you can find us on TikTok and YouTube too. The handle is @theworldharmonyproject.
Right. And comments are welcome on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Okay, so to get us started, let's hear the actual introduction for this block of lessons. Introduction to lessons 181 to 200. Our next few lessons make a special point of firming up your willingness to make your weak commitment strong. Your scattered goals blend into one intent. You are not asked for total dedication all the time as yet, but you are asked to practice now in order to attain the sense of peace such unified commitment will bestow, if only intermittently. It is experiencing this that makes it sure that you will give your total willingness to following the way the course sets forth. Our lessons now are geared specifically to widening horizons and direct approaches to the special blocks that keep your vision narrow and too limited to let you see the value of our goal. We are attempting now to lift these blocks, however briefly. Words alone cannot convey the sense of liberation which their listing brings, but the experience of freedom and of peace that comes as you give up your tight control of what you see speaks for itself. Your motivation will be so intensified that words become of little consequence. You will be sure of what you want and what is valueless. And so we start our journey beyond words by concentrating first on what impedes your progress still. Experience of what exists beyond defensiveness remains beyond achievement while it is denied. It may be there, but you cannot accept its presence. So we now attempt to go past all defenses for a little while each day. No more than this is asked, because no more than this is needed. It'll be enough to guarantee the rest will come.
There's a definite shift in tone here, I think. It's not just reviewing. It feels like a gearing up. It's calling for more willingness, but still gently.
Yeah, gently is the word. And the focus on experience that really comes through. Experiencing peace, not just thinking about it.
That direct knowing.
And just a quick note, as always, the course sometimes uses gendered language like he. Feel free to mentally swap in whatever words feel right for you. The message itself is universal.
Good point.
So, okay, looking at this intro, I kind of see three main ideas emerging for these next lessons. First, this push towards what it calls unified commitment.
Second, really getting specific about these special blocks, the things inside us that narrow our view.
And third, this idea that just briefly, daily letting go of defenses is enough. That last one feels almost revolutionary somehow.
It does. It lowers the bar in a really helpful way.
Let's talk about that unified commitment first.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I first heard that phrase years ago, I pictured,
Going off to a cave.
something like that. Yeah, becoming a hermit, total solitude. Seemed daunting.
But it's not really about changing the what of your life so much as the how.
Okay.
It's about bringing one single intention, this underlying desire for peace, for understanding into everything you do. Washing dishes, driving, difficult conversations.
Ah, I see. So it's the intention behind the action. As a dad with two boys, life isn't exactly a silent retreat.
Right.
So for me, unified commitment might look like bringing that aim for peace into, say, refereeing an argument over a toy. Instead of just reacting with frustration, it's trying to align the spirit of what I'm doing.
That's a great example. Or for me, maybe in my work, instead of just focusing on hitting targets or, getting recognition, I can bring the intention of contributing something peaceful, something collaborative. Doesn't mean I don't do my job well, but the underlying why is unified with something deeper. It changes the whole feel of it from the inside.
That makes a lot of sense. So if unified commitment sets the direction, then this next idea, special blocks, focuses on what's messing with our internal compass.
Exactly. The course is pointing to these specific mental habits, these fixed ways of seeing things we hang on to that literally block our view of a more peaceful reality.
Internal walls we've built without even realizing it sometimes.
I definitely see them in myself. Like when I get really attached to a specific outcome happening or I feel this strong need to prove I'm right about something.
Oh, yeah.
that insistence, that clinging, it just obscures the peace that's actually available right there. It narrows everything down.
That really connects for me. I was thinking about a trip to the grocery store just the other day. They were out of something I usually buy.
Okay.
And my instant internal reaction was, ugh, this place never has what I need. They're so disorganized.
And then the mind starts building a case, right? The manager, they don't care about.
Totally. I basically manufactured a grievance on the spot. A little mental fortress defending my annoyance. And that's a special block, isn't it? Even on that tiny scale.
It's a perfect micro example because it stops you from just, shrugging, picking something else and keeping your peace. You chose the block instead.
Right. I defended my right to be irritated.
And the critical thing is seeing how that same pattern operates in bigger life situations.
Yeah.
Resisting change because our picture of happiness is super specific and rigid. Insisting things must go a certain way. The Course is saying that insistence, that defensiveness is the block. It keeps us trapped.
I see it in relationships all the time. My partner does something, and my mind instantly jumps to how I think it should be done differently. And I start building my argument for why my way is better. That's the block going up brick by brick. It stops me from actually hearing them or connecting.
It really does put blinders on. When you're busy defending, you can only see the tiny sliver of reality that supports your case. Everything else, other perspectives, potential solutions, simple connection gets screened out.
The defending itself becomes the prison, even if you think you're defending the truth.
That's it. So after clarifying the intention and showing us the blocks, the Course gives us this very practical, almost disarmingly simple tool.
Going past all defenses for a little while each day.
Just for a bit.
Just a few minutes. Consciously setting aside the need to be right, the need to protect our viewpoint, just opening up.
Yeah.
The Course says that's enough.
It feels so doable, doesn't it? Not eliminate all defensiveness forever starting now, but just dip your toe in, try it for a moment. See what happens.
It's like a little experiment.
Yeah.
And the promise is that those brief moments, those little pastes of freedom.
They fuel the desire for more.
Right. Once you feel that lightness, even fleetingly, the motivation to practice comes from that experience itself. You don't have to force it intellectually.
It becomes self-propelling. You practice, you experience a bit of peace. That peace makes you want to practice more. It shifts from being a mental exercise to something lived.
This feels incredibly relevant right now. You look around at the world.
Oh, absolutely.
So much division. Everyone digging into their positions, convinced they're right and the other side is completely wrong. Politics, social media.
Even just family dinners sometimes. It's everywhere. Constant defense of viewpoints, very little actual listening.
And when no one's really listening, nothing shifts. Nothing gets resolved.
And the Course points out that the act of defending, even if you feel totally justified, is what keeps the conflict going internally and externally. It blocks real communication.
It's such a different way of thinking. We're taught that being right is so important, upholding our truth.
But this suggests maybe peace or just openness to understanding is a higher value than winning the argument.
It's not about being a doormat, though, is it? Or giving up your values.
Not at all. It's about approaching conflict or disagreement from a place of inner openness rather than that tight, clenched defensiveness. It's about looking for a different kind of solution, one that wasn't visible from behind the barricades.
And the hopeful part is the Course saying these small daily moments of letting the guard down will show you that better way. It's not asking for some huge overnight transformation.
It's incremental, small steps, consistent practice.
So as we move into these lessons, 181 to 200, the core invitation seems to be find those few minutes. Can you just stop defending, stop insisting?
Just for a little while. Let your guard down and see what it feels like. Explore what happens when you aren't spending energy protecting a position.
Because the promise is that's where you'll get a direct taste of the peace that's possible when we stop building and maintaining those internal walls.
And speaking from experience, once you feel that sense of space, of ease, you know it's real, you know it's valuable. The motivation comes from that feeling, not from just reading the words.
It becomes self-evident. Like the Course says, you become sure of what you want and what is valueless.
That kind of clarity doesn't come from arguing or intellectualizing. It comes from the direct experience of letting go.
So the practice is simple. Go past the defenses, just for a moment, see what opens up. That seems to be the key for this next stretch.
A journey into wider horizons, starting with those small moments of undefended presence.
Thanks for joining us for this preview of the next set of lessons. We'd love to hear about your own experiences with releasing control and going past your defenses. We'll be back tomorrow with Lesson 181.